Hi guys, I've been getting a lot of comments lately asking me to do a video on bulking and tips for getting your calories in when you've got no appetite, so I thought I'd do a video on it. And then yesterday I saw Fazer had just released a video on exactly the same thing, so I thought might as well do a review video and throw some of my own tips in as well at the end of the video. So here we go.
Are you in this position? You're a naturally skinny guy who's trying to bulk up. The gym aspect and actually working out you absolutely love. You could do it forever. But the eating part, you can't f***ing stand. You have to get a lot of calories in your system because you're trying to bulk up. This requires eating a lot of food, but you just have the worst appetite ever, and it's so hard to get these meals in. So does any of that sound somewhat relatable to you? Well, hi, I'm Joe, and it does to me. As a lot of you may know, I'm a very naturally skinny guy. I have a very high metabolism, and I have the worst appetite. To this day, the eating aspect I still hate. It's still the hardest part for me when I want to bulk. However, I've been doing it for a bit of time now, and I've come up with tactics, techniques, which have helped. They have helped increase my appetite, get my meals down, and just in general helped me gain weight. And in today's video, I want to share my top 3 tactics with you. So let's do it. You're probably wondering what the hell is going on here. Well, welcome to technique number 1. It involves setting a 5-minute timer for every meal you eat. Let me take you through it. You make your meal, put headphones in and listen to music, set a 5-minute timer, and for those next 5 minutes you're focusing on nothing but eating your meal. No going on your phone, no watching the TV, no distractions whatsoever. Now, you may think that this sounds plain stupid. However, trust me, please try this. It has helped me drastically. I finish my meals so much more often now. Distractions are so much more damaging than you can imagine. They take you so much longer.
Yeah, I've got to agree with that. If you're just sat in front of the TV when you're eating, then it's probably going to take you twice as long to finish your meal, if you even finish it at all, if you've got a bad appetite. So if you sit down with a purpose, just at a table with no distractions like he's doing there, then you are much more likely to just blitz through your meal, get it done, get it finished, and then get on with your day. If you've got distractions, then yeah, you're just making it hard for yourself. You want to get your meal down before your body registers, or before your stomach even registers that you've even eaten your meal. Because it takes, I think it's 20 minutes before your stomach sends a signal to your brain that you're actually full. So if you eat quick enough, your body doesn't even recognize that you've filled it up, basically. It doesn't even recognize that your stomach's full. So the quicker you eat your meals, the better. And like I said, setting a timer, that's a really good idea because it gives you a goal to reach and it forces you to stuff it down, even if you don't feel like it. So yeah, that's a really good tip.
To finish your meals, making you feel full up, and most of the time chucking a lot of the food away. Once the 5-minute timer is up, you can get back to just eating your meals normally, going on your phone, watching TV, whatever. However, during those 5 minutes, you'll get most of the meal down in your system. You won't feel full up because your body hasn't even processed the food into your system, compared to if you take...
Exactly like what I just said. If you eat it quick enough, your brain won't even register that you've eaten food. So yeah, speed is definitely a good tactic.
Like an hour to finish your meal, you'll feel full and you won't complete it. This is a game changer, I promise you. Let's go on to tip number 2. Drinking your water. Again, you're probably saying, well, how is this important for skinny guys who are struggling to eat? Trust me, let me explain why drinking a good amount of water is so important. So, excluding the masses of health benefits, such as maintaining blood pressure, lubricating the joints, boosting skin health, it is also insanely good for increasing your appetite. If you want to eat more food, you have to train your stomach to expand. Drinking a lot of water does that. It expands the stomach, meaning more food can physically go in. This is a common tactic used by professional eaters to get more food in their system, and it can be used for you, a guy who's trying to gain.
Yeah, I was going to say this actually, took the words right out of my mouth. Drinking a lot of water to expand your stomach is a really good idea. However, I wouldn't suggest drinking a lot of water, if any, during your meals, because that's just going to take up extra volume in your stomach, which you want to save for the food. So times I would use this tactic would be in between your meals, first thing in the morning. Maybe if you're going to wait half an hour before your first meal, chug some water. Yeah, get that stomach stretched out. It's only going to last, I don't know, maybe half an hour before it's all gone through anyway. So you're not going to be sat around with a big belly full of water. It's just to get that initial stretch, and then it's all a case of just stretching it out, and then it'll eventually expand. And the more it expands, the more your stomach's going to require more food to keep it full, and the more hunger signals it's going to send to your brain for you to eat. So yeah, that's a really good tip.
In weight. Tip number 3, the perfect breakfast meal. So I speak to a lot of fellow skinny guys who are in the same position as me, and we all agree in the morning our appetite sucks. The last thing we want to do is scram down masses of food, but at the same time we do also need to get food in our system because we're bulking. This is where the high calorie shake comes in. This is the Fazer shake, a high calorie drink I came up with about a year ago. It contains 820 calories and it is perfect for a breakfast meal. When I wake up, the last thing I want to do is cook a large amount of food, and more importantly, I don't want to eat a large amount of food.
Yes, definitely. I can very much relate to this. I've never had a good appetite in the mornings. It's the hardest meal of the day for me to get down, and it's definitely one of the most important meals of the day. So yeah, just drinking it just makes everything easier. You can get it down in about 30 seconds, depending on how thick it is and how hard it is to get down. But yeah, a shake in the morning is a really good way of getting your calories in very quickly and very easily. I would not limit it to just the mornings though, personally. If you are really struggling to get your calories down and you're really struggling to put weight on and you just don't have the hunger to get the meals in, then replace more of your meals with liquid meals, with shakes. Because why not? If you're finding it that hard and it's limiting your progress in the gym that much, then swap out some solid meals for shakes. Not all your meals. I wouldn't swap all your meals out for shakes. So you might end up in a lot of distress in the toilet. But yeah, there's no harm in maybe having half your meals as shakes, half your meals as solid meals. If that's what it takes to get your calories down, then you got to do what it takes.
The shake that I make can solve all those problems. It has the calories that I need, and it's so easy to get down because it's liquid calories. Wake up out of bed, get changed, and make a quick shake. You can take this shake with you on the bus to school, on the train to wherever you're going. Whatever you're doing, pretty much, this doesn't get in the way. You can always take sips.
That's very true. You can just make it in the morning, zap it in the blender, and walk out the door. It's a really good time-saving tip.
Of it. You don't get full up from this. It is literally perfect if you're on that weight gaining journey. So to conclude, the first tip, set a 5-minute timer for every meal you have. During those 5 minutes, focus on nothing but getting that food inside your mouth. Tip number 2, drink a lot of water, increase the stomach capacity, aka increasing the appetite. And then tip number 3, have a high calorie shake in the morning while your appetite is rubbish. These are not just 3 things I have come up with out of thin air. I have used them myself because I am still going through the problem that you're going through. These have personally helped me out, and I hope they can help you out as well. Cheers guys. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed,
there we go. That was a really good video. He's basically said everything that I would have said. He's got some really good tips there. I can't pick apart anything he said. He knows what he's talking about. My tips, my extra tips that I would add to what Joe's just said is more fat. More fat in your diet will mean more calories for less volume. If any of you people watch...
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
You people, sorry. If any of you lot watch Greg Doucette's video, you'll know he's always talking about low calorie dense foods. He's always going on about low calorie dense foods, and that is what you want on a diet. Well, when you are trying to gain weight, when you're struggling to put weight on, you want the exact opposite of that. You want high calorie dense foods, and the way to make your foods calorie dense is to increase the fat. That's the easiest way to do it. The way to bulk up your meals is to add more fibrous carbs into your diet, and the way to bulk them down is to do the opposite. Increase the fat, reduce the fibrous carbs, and it just makes everything easier. It reduces the volume of each meal you consume. It makes it easier to get down. You have to be less hungry to eat the same volume. So that's my first tip. My second tip is to do cardio, believe it or not. Just doing an extra 15 or 20 minutes of cardio. Not high intensity, just moderate intensity cardio at the end of your workout is going to help reduce your blood sugar just a little bit. So when you get home and it's time for you to eat your meal, you might actually feel hungry and feel like you need and want that meal, rather than just getting home and feeling like, oh, I've got to have that meal. So even though you might burn 100 calories in those 20 minutes of doing cardio, that might make the difference between you leaving half your meal or finishing your whole meal, because you're hungry and you actually want to finish it. So those 100 calories that you burn, it probably won't mean a lot. They're not going to negate you gaining weight. And tip number 3 is make your food tasty. Make it food that you actually want to eat and look forward to eating. If you are just eating chicken breasts and rice and just plain boring bodybuilding food, what you think bodybuilders eat, then yeah, you're not going to want to finish your meals. You want to make meals that you actually look forward to and you actually want to eat. So there's no harm in adding sauces. Add salt. There's nothing wrong with salt, even though a lot of people think salt is evil. It doesn't, unless you've got heart problems or something, you don't have to worry about salt. Salt is fine. Salt makes your food tasty and makes you want to eat it. There's nothing wrong with salt. So put sauces on your food, condiments, cook things in a way that makes them tasty for you, that you like to eat your food. You don't have to change your whole diet to eat like a bodybuilder. You can eat food you like to eat, just add extra protein in and keep it tasty. That way you're going to want to finish your meals. So that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you next time.